Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to have an opportunity to visit with you today. It is a long way from Benin to Alabama. But in this world today, distance is calculated in milliseconds. Today, you have the absolute ability to have distance learning technology that emanates from Tuskegee University and have it available to anyone who is in your country. If we can combine that with an appreciation not only of the common heritage that we have, but the ability now to use that as a foundation that we can continue to build on, it will be beneficial not only to your country, but to our state and to our country. I have always looked at Africa, the continent of Africa, as an untapped resource. When you look at the population base, at the amount of materials that you have, the capacity to build into anything that you could literally ever envision, it truly is remarkable. In a global economy today, we must do things differently than we have done in the past. But it's that global economy and the presence of the global economy that is so pronounced in the state of Alabama. Most people would not realize this, but when the rest of the world thinks of America, of the United States of America, they think of Hollywood or Washington, D.C. They think of Chicago, Dallas, Texas. But all of the growth, the international growth, now is in the southern part of the United States. Today, most manufacturing products, most auto assembly lines are moving now toward the American South. And because of that, we have an economy today that is more global in nature than almost any other part of the United States. When we take that capacity and the understanding that the global economy benefits the state of Alabama, and we continue to build on that, all of a sudden it does give us a different level of appreciation for what you can do for us, conversely what we can do for you. Today there is a debate that goes on in the United States about whether or not we should raise trade barriers, be more protective of what we do here and have done in the past. That's a philosophy that is becoming more and more evident in the Midwest, Michigan, Chicago, Indiana, and the Northeast. In the South, we understand the vitality. If we really want to have a dynamic economy, we have to embrace globalization. And I think that offers you a tremendous amount of opportunity. Today, as the mayor rightly said a moment ago, we have invested $450 million in our port facility in Mobile. And we did it for one reason, because most of the trade that now comes from Asia within the next 3 years will come through the Panama Canal, and the fastest way to the middle part of the United States, Chicago and the Midwest, is to come through the Port of Mobile. Traditionally, most of this merchandise would have come from Jacksonville, the ports in Jacksonville, Savannah, Miami. But today, because of the technology that we've been employed in the city of Mobile, we have the capacity today to take your products, have them into the American Midwest 2 days faster than you can from any other place, any other port in the United States. If we can take that and then build upon that and the technology that's available, with the cultural outreach, then we really can establish almost personal relationships with each one of your cities and with Alabama and with the city of Tuskegee. We have universities across Alabama today that have programs that incorporate the best of both countries, when we have similar programs that allow you to be educated here and abroad. Troy University has a program that really is unique and is becoming almost a template and a pattern for what we want to build here. They have programs called a 1-2-1 program. It's essentially a program where you could go to a university in Benin for 1 year, then come here for 2 years, then go back home for the final year. And then you end up with 2 diplomas from 2 highly recognized universities. Those have been very, very essential in developing a relationship for the people that live in Benin to come here and then understand that 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, when most people my age will be gone, there is something that they understand about America, and they understand it innately because they lived here. And once you live here, then you don't believe that the United States is just Washington, D.C., or New York, or Los Angeles. The true spirit, the true economy, what makes us as strong as we are here, are the areas like Tuskegee, the areas like Alabama. So we want to partner with you. We want to do whatever we can do to make sure that you understand what is the most important asset that we have, and that's the viability and the workforce and the technology that we embrace when we embrace globalization. You are sitting in one of the more historic buildings that you will find anywhere in the United States. This is where the Civil War originated, and the plaque behind me here is when Alabama seceded from the Union. It was not only the height of the Civil War, it's also the birthplace of the Civil Rights Movement, all here. Within 5 blocks of here, most of the conflicts that happened in the Civil War and in the Civil Rights Movement occurred within 5 or 6 blocks of where you sit today. So all of a sudden it does give us a different appreciation for each one of the people that would travel from Africa here. And I hope it gives you a different appreciation for what we have here, because there is an innate understanding that I'm not too sure might exist in the rest of the country. We want to work with you. We want you to look at Alabama as a sister country, municipality. We want you to understand that whatever we can do to continue to build these relationships, we hope we can. It's never going to be easy, because today, all of the things that bring us together also make it very, very apparent to all of us that it increases competition. But the one thing that we know, forget technology, accessibility, geography. What brings us together are relationships. And the relationships that you're building with the mayor, the state of Alabama, with Tuskegee University, those relationships will allow each one of us an ability to do things that we have not been able to do in the past. Because of mutual respect, because of mutual benefit economically and culturally, it allows us to build bridges that will increase our ability to interact generations to come.